New year, new tax video. You guys already know what the deal is. Every year I come to you with tax updates, okay? So this is a tax update for 2021 if you're filing in 2022. We're gonna cover tax credits. We're gonna cover basic terms so your tax person does not play you, or so that you can file on your own, because independence. Let's talk about when you will get your money based on when you actually file. Spoiler alert, the longer you wait, the longer you won't take to get your money back, okay? I'll also discuss what you can do now if you want to actually get more money back in every single paycheck next year, and a bonus / warning for those who are self-employed or maybe sell things just as a hobby or something like that. You will be getting watched next year, okay? Whew, that was a lot, so let's get into it. It seems like the current administration always has some sort of new tax something going on. So you want to understand basic terms to see if you're eligible. Anytime you turn on the TV and you may hear about tax credits, tax refunds, anything doing with your money. Let's start with AGI. AGI is adjusted gross income. You take your gross income, which is any amount you earned before taxes, what they told you you're earning in your salary before you got smacked up with them taxes and them deductions and that medical insurance, okay? So gross. Less adjustments. I'm going to list some adjustments right here. And you'll also hear these adjustments called like above the line deductions. So if you want to look into this more, you can just Google above the line deductions. And once you take that away, you're left with your AGI. AGI is what most tax credits and tax deductions are based off of. So like, let's say if you were supposed to get like a child tax credit or something, and they're telling you you need to make $75,000, okay? That's your AGI. So if you want to be conservative, you can go by just your gross income, right? Because your gross income will be more than your AGI in most cases. So if you know you make gross $75,000, your AGI, worst case, would be $75,000 as well. Now, once you have your AGI, you're gonna take away your standard deduction. And once you take away your standard deduction, you are left with your taxable income, which, as the name implies, is the income that you can get taxed on. Here are the standard deductions that you can have this year, depending on your filing status. So let's say you're head of household, you'll take whatever your adjusted income is, take away $18,000, and that is how much they can actually tax you on. After you get your taxable income, then you'll figure out what tax bracket you fall into. So when people say that's not in my tax bracket, you can actually fact check that, okay? Here are the tax brackets for this year, all right? So another thing to know, just because your income falls in this tax bracket doesn't mean you're going to be taxed for that whole amount. So if you make $75,000, not all $75,000 are going to be taxed at 22%. Only $40,526 to $75,000 will be taxed at that amount, and then the other amounts will be taxed, as you can see in the tax bracket. If you're somebody who does not like getting that tax refund at the end of the year because you want your money now and every single paycheck, go to this timestamp right here and I will tell you exactly how to do that, okay? All right, so we got some of the basics out of the way. When will you expect to receive your refund? The IRS is accepting tax returns starting January 31st, 2022. The longer you wait, the longer you're gonna have to wait, okay? And let me just throw up the chart here. Boom. As you can see, except on the 31st. If you file before the 31st, right, it will be accepted on the 31st of January, and the earliest you can get your money back is February 11th. Now, the one that's in parentheses is if you do it by check, okay? So if you have direct deposit, you'll get it February 11th. And in most cases, if you're doing a check, then you're gonna get it a week later. As we get closer and closer to the due date in April, these dates might not actually hold still, right? Because then everybody's trying to pour in and get it in, and the IRS kind of has like a bottleneck going on. So the earlier you do it, the better. So do it if you can. Credits, creditos, let's talk about that. We love credits. Deductions are cute, but credits is where it's at, okay? Some credits are even refundable. So even if you have paid zero taxes, legally, and you are eligible for certain credits, you get money back in your taxes, okay? So we love credits. The advanced child tax credit is the biggest change for 2021 if you're filing in 2022. Basically, if you make $75,000 and under and have children under 17, you should be eligible for this, okay? If you have not been getting checks from the government, whether it's a physical check or a direct deposit, however you filed your taxes last year is the method you would have gotten these checks. If you weren't getting, a couple $100 check every single month starting from July, your refund about to be fat, okay? The child tax credit was actually increased. So if you have a child that is 5 and under, you are gonna get $3,600 back. And if you have a child from 6 to 17, it's $3,000 back. half of which should have been given to you starting in July. All right. So if you have not seen that money, you're going to get all of it. If you've been getting that check every single month, then you're going to see half of it. Even if you had a kid on December 31st, okay, you are eligible. So if you're still pregnant while watching this, I'm sorry. People are pretty much likely going to be eligible. I'll put the phase out amounts here. They are pretty high, and given that the average median income in America is only $35,000, then chances are you would be eligible for this advanced tax credit that was actually increased this year. If you don't really know where you stand, then you should be getting a form. If you're watching this in January, you should be getting it this month. If you don't want to wait for that form, I will put a link in the description below so you can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. And you can also check your eligibility. So definitely click the link in my description below. Student loans. If you have not heard, Joe pushed it back yet again to May of 2022, right? So you don't got to pay student loans again. And you know what I find funny? When it came to paying it, right, because it was supposed to restart at the beginning of 2022, they was harassing me through everything except TikTok, trying to get their money back and just letting me know, listen, it's coming. But I ain't getting out one email yet about the delay, okay? Joe, leave me alone. So because of that, if you have been taking advantage of it, then you should not have any interest that you, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, you won't be able to claim that interest as a deduction, right? But who cares? You haven't been paying your student loan. So that's a nice little break that people absolutely need during this time. Stop waiting until the end of the year to get your money though, okay? There are certain things you can do with your job that will allow you to get a bigger paycheck every single month. What you will do is request a W-4 form from your job. The form should look like this, okay? We're gonna focus in item 3 where it says to claim dependents, okay? This looks a little bit different. Before you had allowances, okay? But starting this year, or 2021, excuse me, we now have kind of like a claim and a dollar amount, okay? Before you could say, well, I have 5 dependents, even if you didn't really have 5 dependents, but you would say that so that you can get a fatter check every single pay period. Now they want you to take the number of dependents you have and multiply by a certain number, as you can see, either 2,000 or 500. All right. So if you are not new to this, and maybe back when they did have allowances, you would put like 5 allowances. You could either put 5 allowances times $2,000, which is going to be $10,000 in this box you're going to put here. Or you could take the 5 allowances times 500 and put $2,500 in the box. OK, it's more conservative to go with the $500 amount. All right. But you can actually play around with this and test to see if you are going to get a refund or have to owe money at the end. So what I suggest is that you go to your employer or go on your employer's website, whatever, where you can access your W-4. Experiment with this, you know, maybe start off calm. If you already have dependents, then those are dependents should already be accounted for, right? And you'll add some extra numbers. So let's say I already have a kid, but I don't want to get a big check at the end because I need my money now. So I'm probably going to start off calm with like maybe 3 dependents, okay? So I'll put $6,000 in that first box. Then what I will do is go to the link in my description, okay? It's going to be a tax estimator. Let me warn you, all right? You must do this. I do not want anybody owing money and come back to this video because I'm going to be looking at you crazy. I gave you a disclaimer, all right? You must check this so you're not going to actually owe money at the end of the year. You do not want that kind of surprise, all right? COVID was enough of a surprise for everybody. After you have made these changes and you actually see the changes reflected in your paycheck, take that paycheck. You're gonna need it because they ask you for everything but your blood type in this link, okay? Take that paycheck, fill out the information, and it's going to literally let you know whether or not you're in good shape, okay? So if you still see a refund, then maybe you can even up this number a little bit more. But if you see you're gonna owe money, then maybe you need to deduct, you know, that money and kind of make adjustments to your W-4 again. You can make adjustments to the W-4 as long as your HR don't get pissed off at you, right? So it's your world. Now, a warning to my people who use Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever you using out here, right? Beware. This is not a new tax, so you don't necessarily have to be super cautious unless you're somebody who hasn't been paying taxes, which, you know, that is not my business. A new law is going to require these companies to send out tax forms or whatever kind of form if you make or get more than $600 worth of transactions, which honestly is not a lot of money, okay? So if you are somebody who maybe, I don't know, sells things or you have a service on the side and you accept money this way, know that you will be being watched now, okay? Maybe before, if you wanted to evade taxes, not that you should, right? We're not condoning that around here, but you probably could get away with it, right? These days, no, okay? Everybody needs to pay their fair share of taxes, including the people who are barely getting by, while the big businesses pay little to nothing in taxes, okay? So pay up. Like I said, there's no extra taxes, but this is just another way, another layer that if you are to be audited, you are going to have to explain what was going on, where this money came from, and pay taxes if you did not claim that money, okay? Some website that I was actually reading while doing my research was suggesting that, you know, if you sold like a personal item and you sold it for a loss, that's not taxable. So don't report it, right? But what's crazy to me is like if a business sold something for a loss, it's absolutely reportable. It's in their best interest to report it because it's going to reduce your taxable income, okay? So think about how you're doing things right now. If you are providing a service or whatever, you want to kind of track that and present that as a business so that you can take advantage of losses that you actually have. In the personal world, in the W-2 world, if you're selling something, right, nothing. You're not going to be able to claim depreciation or whatever else you can do on that. But in the business world, you can. So look at, if you're really making some real money off of things like this, look at structuring your business in a way that can actually protect you. This video has over 60,000 views because it is damn good, if I must say so myself, okay? I go into great detail about credits and deductions. Everything in this video is still applicable for the 2021 filing year that you're filing in 2022. I also have tons of tips that will help you absolutely crush this tax season. So definitely make sure you watch that video. And until next time, keep your money up.